Awesome, great, glorious day it is. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Umubanga podcast, where we aim to inform, transform, as well as inspire. And of course, today we have,
As always.
yes, the official host.
As always.
Host for the Mac 44, host for David Psalmist. Did you
Those were
even
good
watch
episodes.
that podcast episode?
Those were good episodes.
I enjoyed your Bemba.
Hey, sir. I don't know my relatives to see that episode.
No, but it would be fun to say umwana wesu.
No. That's not how they look at it.
Ale la
My
nshanya mchibemba, like so. Yeah.
My auntie likes to tease me. She says if I went to the Copper Belt, they'd think I'm from Congo. She says I speak Bemba like a Congo.
Nah.
That's what, when I call her, she always goes, "Hey, Congolese one." That's how she answers the phone.
And you see, like that's one thing with our parents, or sometimes even like relatives, right? Is that you want to converse in the local language, Bemba, and then they're the first ones to throw shade at you.
Right.
Like, boss, we're supposed like
support me, like, you know.
Like,
yeah.
let me break it. And I don't know, like, I think we do this. Like, if somebody breaks English, like, we'll laugh.
Yeah.
And we as well get it when we are breaking the Bemba, the Nyanja, all these different
definitely.
languages. Like,
Especially like your native tongue, your mother tongue.
Yeah.
If it's like your tribal tongue.
but how was it, like, just like running a whole conversation in Bemba? I know I joined you guys later into the
it was
the
a bit
episode,
tricky,
like,
I won't lie.
yeah.
Because at some point I'm trying to bring out a point or
Yes.
or ask a certain question from a
Yeah.
certain perspective, but I have to have the words to talk about it, right? And so then I find myself limited. So I'll try to get into English,
Yes.
then come back, then get into English. I think it's the toughest interview I've had to do, if you ask.
In what language do you think in?
English.
Okay. So meaning your school process started with English.
Yes.
Because people in Bemba, like people who fluently speak Bemba, think in
Think in
Bemba.
Bemba, yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's an art.
But I have thought about like doing like a full like Bemba classes and whatnot.
Yeah. So for me, on my end, like I can read and write Bemba. I can read and write Chewa, the Nyanja we learned in school. 'Cause that's Chewa. Like those, like I can fluently read. So some
Oh.
of the time, like if
I
somebody's
have a book in Bemba that I would like.
yeah,
Like I've just kept it when
Like
when
you
I'm
should-
able to like
you should
wanna
bring
read
it
it.
actually. We
it's
should.
by
Someone was like,
yes.
Yeah. So
Zambia to Asevan.
oh, okay. I know you had like a lot of literature around.
Yeah, so
Bemba.
that book like I really want to read it, but I have to
No,
get
like
it.
you should bring it so that we practice read. So yeah, it'll be
yeah.
it'll be fun. But
Definitely.
we did not record last week.
Yes.
What happened? Yeah, life happened.
Life.
And movements had to happen. Oh, by the way, we are like in a whole different space. An anonymous location. Strictly for these episodes. Maybe one or two guests. but
Maybe.
yeah, so
Yeah. Otherwise, how's it been? Women's Day, whatnot.
it's been great. Of course, Women's Day. I think that the day we did not record, there was a massive breakout of war. Like bomb,
Oh yes. Ish.
like Trump was just like
Ish.
bombing Iran. Like,
Came out of nowhere for some, but for some they feel like they saw it coming.
it was coming, but then not to that extent.
Yes.
'Cause, like where Trump,
The extent was quite shocking.
like where they killed the supreme leader,
Exactly.
the heir to the supreme leader, the heir to the new supreme leader.
Ish.
Like killed all
it's
top
next
government
level. It's
officials.
next level. People are saying
um,
World War III, but I think you can't consider it that if like other superpowers are not at
Yeah. Like China, Russia, they're just
Exactly.
like watching from the sides.
And China is bored. They want to take part. Those are the memes you see on the internet.
Oh, so the other thing is King Jong Un.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like, guys, no attacks on my end.
Somebody send me something.
Like,
Yeah.
so, and do you feel that the youth take politics like seriously?
That's a good question. I think there's degrees to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it from the perspective of a whole
You know,
war,
one thing I've just noticed, Ka, is that we've started recording, and then behind you, there's like something, right? And then I'm going to ask whoever to remove it, or we keep it. It
it
is
should
in
be in
Bukata
mine.
short, but it looks great. Okay, we'll keep it for now. It's just, yeah, but yes,
We keep it moving.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was saying there's degrees to it, I think,
Yeah.
right? Because if you look at it from a perspective of like the war that's happening right now, like
Yeah.
planes can fly out of Dubai, families being killed,
Well,
right?
now it's as of yesterday or the other day, it was
it's
resumed,
it's
yeah.
better. Okay,
Mhm.
so like we know that some places where civilians are
Yeah.
found were being bombed and whatnot. And I think when it gets to that point, right, the youth in that space it has to dawn on them like, okay,
Yeah.
the decisions we make from a political standpoint are affecting us directly, right? But then
Mhm.
if you bring it to a different context, for example, if you bring it to the country, right? And then you see situations where people are alleging that youths are being used to push political agendas, right?
Yeah.
From that perspective, youth are not really going to think about it like that,
Mhm.
especially because we have this culture of like get rich fast schemes, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to me and says, I'll give you $1 million for just this year, I want you to just go crazy about
Yeah.
my political party. Most of the youth in the country will go crazy, right?
Of
And the
course.
other half are going to understand why the others are going crazy, right? But then now, if we now start to see the fruits and the fruits are affecting us in real time, then I think we take it more seriously.
Mhm.
But I don't want to take away from the youth that are active and
Yeah.
take it seriously. So I do think some do. I just think there's levels to how seriously we take.
So the reasons I asked is because when the war broke out, right? I think people had like a field day on TikTok, on Facebook.
Or
Like,
memes everywhere.
it was just like memes everywhere. Like, others even like creating vlogs whilst in war. Like, like, so it's that thing where, are we that a crazy bunch of people who just want to trend on social media
I hear what you're saying.
and
But most people say we don't know how to be. Like Zambians joke a lot.
because look,
I don't know about every
you
other
know, like
country.
the only like protests which are like always serious are like the Unza ones,
Mm-hmm.
like where you guys just like randomly bend some tires.
Because we
But
haven't gotten meal allowances or something.
yeah, but it will finish by East Park.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Ikapitirira ni pa Munali roundabout.
Yeah, so I really don't know what.
No,
like,
but the thing is this, is that even as a nation, like even when it comes to protests, like we're not violent per
conservative.
se. Like we're conservative because the thought is always like, "Yeah, them down,"
But
and then
when,
I start.
But then I think then that's where like the older generation gets upset because like
Uh,
they were not conservative for us to be free.
in what sense?
Would you say they were? I mean, we hear the stories of like I read an article once that was talking about how the actual Youth Day should be inspired by the day youth had an uprising. I think it was in Kawe or something.
The cha-cha-cha, is it?
Is it the cha-cha?
So look, for context in terms of Zambia, I think majority of the protests were not as big as the way they are in different nations. Like for example, like remember when Kenya ran wild, like
yes,
taking over the
it
airport,
was something
like
else.
that. But here in Zambia, it's never to that degree. It's in just certain locations. So, like for example, I need to check again in terms of the history because Cha 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 Road is named after the Cha 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 like
Yes,
revolution or something like. So I just need to read up on that. But in terms of our protests, like they were not as deadly violent where you had 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people dying and all those things.
Oh,
Most
because
of
of
most
the
of ours are just like we bend some tires,
and
like
we move on.
because imapesika, like the government will just be like, okay, we've heard. I've heard, like Mr. Zimbo would say, I've heard, I've heard, I've heard. Like so.
I've heard.
Yeah. So
I hear what you're saying. I hear
yeah.
what you're saying. But then does the conversation does that come from a place of us just being conservative as a people, or we've just never been put in a situation where we have to have that level of uprising?
we've never been put in that situation where we have.
I know
go
people
to
who would
the-
beg to differ.
Which time frame do you feel?
Like
we
for
were going to
example,
be
right?
in that
Others
space?
will come and
No, like look,
okay. So give me an example. Give me an example of something that you think would have to happen in the country for people to rise up to that level.
nothing. Look, as a nation, like there was the death of Nzama during Edgar Lungu's tenure,
Mhm.
the National Prosecution Authority employee who was shot
Mm-hmm.
near cabinet
Yes,
office.
yes,
He died. That would have caused for massive
yes. Uproar.
demonstration,
Exactly.
uproar, but nothing happened. HH was in prison for a long time. Nothing happened. A lot of deaths have happened. A lot of things have happened. So one thing which I appreciate about our leaders is that allegedly they might have all these corrupt tendencies and they'll steal, they'll do all these things, but I feel they never go to great lengths to hold on to power. First example is KK, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he noticed that the nation was changing, those tensions rising, he reintroduced multi-party democracy. When he lost the elections, he conceded power, right?
Okay.
The next person is who? Who was the next person?
You mean
Chiluba,
you meant the next president?
the
after?
next president.
Oh,
So Chiluba, of course, Chiluba completed his 2 terms. Of course, he wanted to push it to the next one, but still, the nation refused.
mhm.
We had Monawasa, of course, he passed away.
Mhm.
So even the passing away, because it was the first time a president passing away, and now we're like, how will this work?
Yeah, how will
Will-
this be handled?
But it was a peaceful transition. We had who else did we have? Rupia Banda.
Mhm.
Rupia Banda lost the election, conceded defeat. Sata came through.
Mhm.
Sata, of course, passed away. Though, of course, internal wrangles, things which never escalated to the streets or anything.
Yeah.
And that's how come we had Edgar Lungu. And Edgar Lungu, of course, won 2015, 2016, contested 2021. He lost.
Mhm.
And I think in the build up before conceding defeat is like, we have to do a recount of the recount. Like, but they sat down, they resolved stuff, and that's how come we had that famous Rupia Banda in the middle,
Yeah.
HH, Edgar Lungu, and I think, was it the Nigerian former president of Nigeria or something? One of the other people was there as well. So we've had all these transitions where even when the president would say something, like, it wouldn't cause people to go to the streets. So I feel that I think we've learned to deal with people to say, okay, you know what, we will endure, not endure. we will endure the 5 years and vote you out. So that's how come, actually, you see, we haven't even touched some of the topics we have. But if you noticed, the member of parliament for Munali, Mike Imposha, will not be standing in Munali.
Oh,
he
I
says
didn't know
that he's going to his village in Malambo
Oh.
to go stand as MP there. So because of course word on the ground there was like, oh, you never used to show up.
Yeah.
We'll deal with you.
We know how to do.
Because remember Edgar Lungu, like RB 20s, what that was 2011. Like was so hopeful that he would win.
Yeah.
Like,
and his campaigns were crazy. He had
it was
he had
massive.
he had everything.
Like he had everything, right?
He had
Bikes,
Bunga,
like,
everything.
like everything, right? And they were so confident that they would win, and they lost. It's the same thing which happened in 2021 with Edgar Lungu, right?
Yeah.
Is that they were so confident that I'll hand over power to myself, right? And these are things which he said, and they are on record, and and he lost by a million. Imagine, like 2.8, 1.8. Like that was huge. And in the history of Zambian politics, that was the biggest
Gap we've seen.
gap, right? And so we'll see it again, that there'll be a humbling again on the ballot box. That's how it is. So yeah.
Wow. but
By
yeah,
the way, there's a mic there if you want to.
I guess that's how Zambians have learned to
Yeah.
take part in politics, right?
Yeah.
Through the elections.
Yes.
They endure the 5 years and then they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the most effective way, but
Yeah, it's not. But look, the other thing is that when you damage things, like how many things will you damage? Because everything we do when it comes to property damage is that it's retrogressive.
I hear
You know,
you.
like protests are not a good thing.
yeah, but I didn't mean like from the perspective of like protesting as far as like going into the streets. And
Yeah.
No. I just meant from the perspective of, because Zambians are very good at talking.
We'll talk on radio, boss. We'll point on radio. Actually, if trust me, if we were to open the phone lines and say
Hey,
you're allowed to go in,
Zambians can chat. You know, they are opinionated. You have no idea. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
important. I think we just need to make sure the majority are educated enough to give educated opinions.
Yeah.
But we are very opinionated people, you know. And since we've already like entered the space of like politics
Yeah.
and even just like the youth,
Mhm.
another thing we saw was the whole Bino issue, right? Where
Yeah.
he's in parliament and he gets kicked out over the issue of whether the CBU students had received their
Meal
meal
allowances, yeah.
allowances and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then we see the student president coming out and making a whole video.
I saw he even had a flag
You know, making
with
statements
the
like,
emblem for CBU.
you've never been president.
I'm like head of CBU. You can't be head of state, so head
Ah.
of university. Like,
What's your take on that? I feel like it's okay for him to come out and give information and like give clarity as far as the conversation with
Yeah.
allowances is concerned.
Mhm.
I think the spirit behind it and the manner in which he did it was ill. I think that's what now causes even strain between the older generation and the younger generation. For me, I feel like that
who
was a
did
moment
it in
for...
ill will? Binwell?
No, I think the
CBU.
the CBU president, right?
Okay, so the thing about allegedly, the thing about university presidents, quote unquote, and I think we talked about it the other time. To
Yes,
say
we did. We touched on
we
it a
should
bit.
be able to have proper discussions and dialogue where people are
Exactly.
free to. You can have like
Have
different political
conversation.
parties.
Yeah.
Have their youth wings in
Exactly,
these
exactly.
universities, so
Because
that
he actually
even
talked
when
about
they are
that as
talking
well.
about things, it's easier to okay, let's just debate. Tiene
Exactly.
mwina mahusband,
Eh,
TLC
we
okuchana.
debate.
We debate. We
Exactly.
so
10 ku sports hall.
we
Just
bring
a
about
debate.
issues, and those things, when students begin to speak, those are the things now which gain to even form policy, so that people around are like, oh, so our learned people are not just there to shout viva or leave banana or whatsoever those things you guys say at Unza. So, yeah.
No one says lit banana, but all right.
But I don't know why lit banana came into my.
But yes,
yes. So,
educated debates.
So educated debates.
Yeah.
So I feel that the students' union president should be sober in his dialogue and ways of doing things.
Exactly.
But then what we see now is that each and every student union president is always affiliated to the ruling party,
Yeah.
which should not be the case.
At all.
And then it as well blinds or taints his image. So, for example, so Binwell raised an important thing, and I think they say that they had received allowances for just like a week or something.
Yeah. They said they would receive in 2 installments.
So him being an MP and has influence, and when he said that something was done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the CBU president feels like he's the alpha and omega of the when his tenure of office
Of
is
the
just like a year.
institution.
So, and you see, like that's how temporal these things are.
1 year.
1 year and you'll be out.
Exactly.
And the other thing is that, and this is most of us do not have foresight with what we do.
Yeah, that's
right. We don't think of how the future would look like.
How's
Like
it gonna play
how
out?
will and so we have to position ourselves in certain ways
Mhm.
so that even when we're out of university, we are still relevant. We'll
Yeah.
not be pushed away. Because the other thing is that
Exactly.
the sad part about the political landscape in Africa, or pretty much the world in general, is that you'll be used and abused. But by the time you're realizing that that happened to
It's
you,
over.
like it's over, and your former Unza thingy,
President.
wasn't he in jail?
Oh yes. What's his name?
Gabriel Banda, isn't it?
Yes, I'm trying to remember his like
Yeah, he was
his street
pardoned.
name.
He was pardoned. I
His
think
name
that's-
on the streets. That's what I'm trying to remember. I can't believe I forgot it.
yeah,
Yeah, but yes, he
he
was
was
facing jail time.
yeah. So
Yeah, so for me, I think the
mhm.
part that I'd like to just emphasize on is where you're talking about
Yeah.
having informed debates, right?
Mhm.
It reminds me of the statement for character, talent to take you to the place, but character keeps you there, right?
Yeah.
And an opportunity like the one the CBO president had to be called out and said, make a statement, clarify this, right?
Mhm.
Was an opportunity for him to show intelligence, for him to show humility, for him
Yeah.
to show confidence, right?
Yeah.
There was like so much he could have shown in that statement without necessarily stepping on the toes of the government,
Mhm.
and at the same time airing the views of the people, right? He could have chosen the objective route. But for me, it felt like he was sent, like, my guy, now go and make sure you, because for you to make statements like the ones he was making, you
Yeah.
have to have, you better have somebody in your corner, right?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. That allegedly
Yeah.
they are backed by the
Ruling
party.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. And this year we have Youth Day coming up
Mm-hmm.
on the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I found myself shooting at the Women's Day march.
Okay.
Yo, it was.
The women came out.
I was like, this guy's being paid to show up, and it's a Sunday. Because
Yeah.
unlike Sunday, people will be like at church.
and whatnot.
But there was even Unip. Unip was even.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, people still have the fire. Like, so yeah, like,
Okay.
yo, it was packed. And then it was a sea of red. Oh, and another interesting thing is that, so as I was taking pictures, right? So when the people are now like marching past the president,
Mhm.
so I noticed that it was the first time for most of the people to see the president.
Mhm.
So they're like, yo, awendala mazatu. Zibasunga bwino ma president because his skin yoneka smooth like
Zambians.
so it was the first time them seeing the president like
Zambians
up
are
close
fun.
like yeah so
That's
yes.
interesting.
Yes. So for me, my opinion on the union for all schools, I feel like these people must be shown their place. I feel like it has gone overboard. They feel like because I'm a CBU president, they feel like maybe they are maybe even a member of parliament. Like what?
Member of parliament at CBU.
Yeah. So like they feel like that. For me, the way I visualize the union, I feel like they should be told to say the same way we had student council in high schools. That's just what the union is. There's nothing
Yeah.
big about it. Like we shouldn't even be able to be hearing about the UNZA president, because it's none of our business. We're not at UNZA. But
Yeah.
now it has gone overboard that UNZA, like I remember when during the governor time, people were even like, the public can't go vote. We can't go vote as a public. It's because it has been taken overboard like that these people feel like now when they're having elections, even a national matter. But it's not even like you're just at school and you're just representing the pupils. There's nothing special about you. You also go in class. At the end of the day, you even write tests. Maybe you even fail or pass. Like we are all equal. I feel like we should maybe put it to their face and tell them to say, look, you're just a student. Because for me, I felt like it carried a lot of disrespect, looking at the fact that away from his titles,
Yeah.
he's an adult. He's a big person. He's someone's father. You can't tell someone's father and call him by his name.
By his first name.
That was very
That was
disrespectful. And you can't tell him at you, since you don't have what to do. You can't tell someone's father that since you don't
An
have what to do.
MP representing the whole
That's a
constituency.
very, and I feel like
That's crazy.
there should have been
Yeah.
some action taken against him, because you can't you can't just say to an MP, someone that people
Yeah.
respect, someone that represents a whole
constituency
Yes,
of
you-
over 100,000 people.
you go and tell him to say you're calling him you're calling him his name, you're even telling him that since you don't have anything better to do.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when she was talking about Unza, the Unza student in me wanted to be like, no. What do you mean? But I get the spirit behind what she's
Yeah.
saying, right? It has been taken to quite a crazy level.
But
As-
Lijozati, your leg is there over the camera, huh? Okay.
the level to which it's been taken, I think, is a little bit unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
I do think student unions are important. I do think
Yeah, they are important,
they
but then
can play a
just
very key role. I just think they need to be handled better.
So the other thing, right? And with the crop of student union presidents we have, I think it's as well a reflection of the type of political leaders we have. Because
it is.
like it's all jokes. Like nobody is
Like,
serious. Like, boss,
Thank
why
you. You
is
took
the
the
shoe
words
of the
right
president
out of my mouth.
a big thing?
It's crazy.
Like why? Like
It reminds me
you
of
know,
the-
like Sean Temple is dramatic.
Mhm.
President Sean Temple, not by his first name. President Sean Temple. Let's put some respect
on the
on
name.
his name. Like so, President Sean Temple. Look, when he used to do his supplementary budgets, like not supplementary, like what did he use to? Yeah, he used to do like a budget.
A budget,
like,
yeah.
where he says, okay, this is the national budget which has been presented. How
This is
do I
mine.
feel?
Mhm.
This is my take on things,
Yeah.
and this is how I would feel. Like he would do that, but then now, like, it's never anything serious. Like all of our guys that just want to trend. Like,
It's
let me say
jokes.
this. Let me. Chishimba Kambwiri, like I think the other day he posted, say he's now ready
For-
take over to be
Oh, I
president.
actually saw an interview. I saw. Yes,
Yeah,
something
like-
with KBN TV.
So we really need to look at all these things.
Right.
And speaking of KBN TV, did you see the interview where Mbototo walked out?
No, I didn't. I don't know why I'm laughing. I didn't see.
No, so he walked out at the. Well, what question was he asked? At the. No, it's like Ndeke. At where are you from? You are from Malaysia, like so.
I didn't see.
So
it.
you
It's an
should
iconic
you should
interview.
check
I'll
it
look
out.
for it. I'll
like
look
so.
for it. Yeah, I do agree. We definitely need like a level
Yeah.
of seriousness. I don't know. Do you think Zambia is ready for that though?
Yes. Look, politics right now, and I have seen that there's so many bright minds. I have interacted with most of the people who are aspiring for positions, be it councillor, MP,
Yeah.
others even presidential. Is that when you listen to them speak and all these things, like it's great, like, but the ground does not look at politics as such.
Mhm.
For example, do you know the role of the MP?
Mhm. He's representing his
Constituency, right?
constituency in parliament. Yes.
In do you know that the MP is not the one who's supposed to build a road?
Yes.
But word on the ground is va MP wafuna kuti mangira hospital,
Pangira hospital.
road, maskulu, chan. When the MP's role is to be in parliament, the legislature,
Mhm.
to represent the people, to say, hey, these are the types of
These are
laws
the
we
issues,
want.
these are the-
And the MP is supposed to pretty much lobby,
exactly.
like to speak on,
yeah.
but not be the one
He's
to
like
do
their
it.
champion in the room.
And then the city council or the ward development community, whatever they call them,
Yeah.
those are the council now are the ones to say, okay, this is this city, this is
project,
this project, we'll work on this. Okay, we're dealing with sanitation. Okay, this is what we'll do.
Mm.
These are the plans which we have. So like there's like most people do not understand the roles, like the proper breakdown of these things. So I think we need to do like a whole episode on the fact that this year is an election year where
that's not
where
a bad
we
idea.
pretty much break down what these different things do.
And so that people understand.
Because sometimes we get upset over things we're not supposed to. Of course, you should get upset with your MP who hasn't shown up. Anyways, he will show up and he will give you chitenges, he'll give you t-shirts, he'll buy you beer as well.
So anyway, so even that attitude, I think we should do away with as Zambians, right?
Of what?
Where we like eat and then we vote different. No, because the spirit behind it is kind of like it's hypocritical, right?
That's a powerful word, sir.
It is, because why are you going for other people's meetings, supporting them, making
at Operation Watermelon? That was 2021.
So I get
like
that
Panja, you are green, inside you are red. So
like I get that you're trying to like reverse the thing they are trying to do to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to bribe me with the sweet? I'll eat your sweet and then I'll take myself.
You know one
else.
thing which I remember. So it is said, I don't know how true it is, but do you know Brigadier General Geoffrey Miyanda used to be vice president at some point. Then he was president for Heritage Party.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Shows. Anyways, so it is said that every time he would go for campaigns and talk to people, like it would start with a word of prayer. It would be a breakdown of the vision. So people used to consider him boring. Like,
that's what I was
no
asking.
alcohol.
Zambia ready for that?
And it is said that the time I think he was he minister? I think even vice president, that when he goes out for trips, like he would even take back the money which was not used. And so I think the most part, like as a political leader, like he's like the one whose like integrity was like at the center of his political life. Like I have never heard like anything bad said about him. Oh no, he did this even when he was vice president, minister, or even in the army. So
that's what I was asking. At Zambia. So now imagine if we had a president like that, like somebody who was aspiring, and they were not getting into the shots that were being fired at him. They were not responding to funny.
Yeah.
They were just focused, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do for the country.
But President HH, I think, is
sir, I'm not trying to I ain't trying to
no, like of course at
the
some
allegations are crazy. There's no smoke without fire, so.
Allegedly. So
I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
I am not.
Yeah.
That is another conversation altogether.
Yeah.
So
pardon? No.
I'm not going to get into that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Speaking of actually
youth
still and politics, right? We saw the whole statement that was made that senior government officials should have youth interns. You know, for me, what surprises me, right, is it that idea has just come.
But it's always been there.
But like, why is it an issue in election?
No, so
that's my point.
No, like it's always been there. I think it's just giving it more light, but it's always been there.
Okay, so like, why wasn't it given light in earlier years? Like, what has made it have light now?
Our eyes are open. So.
No. We've had how many youth endeavors from the time they got into power?
Have you ever attended any of those?
No, I've never actually.
Lydia, have you?
It doesn't.
Speak on the mic.
I'm saying I have 2.
You have attended 2. What have you like? How have those things helped you?
So for the endeavors, one thing I've noticed about them is the best days to attend are those before the actual endeavor, because those days, like those the days during the week before the endeavor, they get to bring industrial mentors. They get to bring companies there.
Yep.
So you get to interact with companies. Even the UN had a stand. So you get to interact find out about their policies and whatnot. Even the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, you get to like interact with them and get to know the youth policies. They even give out like brochures for the youth.
They give out what?
Brochures for the I don't know what you call it. Yeah, but they do.
This you see, this is how we sound when we are speaking the Bemba.
Yeah, so they give out these things, and what it's very beneficial because you get to learn a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, because this year I think we had like Jito coming in, we had Remy Kangwa, we had a lot of businessmen. We had Mr. the owner of Great North Road.
Roger Seattle.
Yes, he came in to share his experience in terms of business. He came to give business advice. So it's a whole amazing thing. I feel for me, the part where I always feel it's unnecessary is usually the last part, which usually has the national address. Of course, the president's speech was actually amazing for this year because he said a lot of meaningful things, and I saw him encouraging the youths to say no, work hard, have businesses while you're young.
What did he say? He started his first job at how old?
He
27?
said working for himself at 27.
27 years old.
Not
So
his first job, working for himself.
Oh.
So they're actually nice. Just that this year, last year's and the other years have just been better. This year it was a bit much political. Yeah,
Of course.
the Inda was a bit much political.
Of course. Of course. We have to show
Zambia,
the
my
Kateka.
country.
There were actually dances, like
So the
big people were
Sotsana,
dancing, like dancing. Like
they were enjoying themselves. They are youths at
Yeah.
heart. Yeah. Another thing I like that I don't think it's really government related, but I think it got a spotlight a lot because the president was there, I guess.
What's that?
The branding Brand Zambia.
Brand Zambia, isn't
Yes.
it tourism board?
Yeah,
the-
but I think for what kind of gave it that much attention was the president's involvement to a certain level.
Yeah.
Like he was there, they took pictures, the signing and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But I like the initiative. I like that as
So
a country.
will we see like visit Zambia on a Manchester United jersey?
I don't know,
But
but
it's a
like
stretch. It would be
it'll be cool.
because you know if you were to have like visit Zambia on a Manchester United shirt, then you have like 5 billion people from India.
Wearing
Because you know, like India has got a huge Manchester
really
United
does. Oh man,
fan
Man U?
population. Like
What's it with
India,
Indians
Middle
and Man U?
East, like I don't know, like
We need to do a study. What is that?
and you know one thing that was interesting about the brand Zambia
yeah.
is the president bringing to light that Lusaka was like the temperature for Lusaka, like the weather forecast was never mentioned most of the times on BBC.
Yeah.
He had to call directly to tell them to say, why aren't you displaying Lusaka there? So I feel like this initiative was actually a good idea
Yeah.
because it will get to put us out there.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's
Yeah,
good, especially
actually,
with the whole coming of
that's-
iShow Speed.
Yeah.
I saw his documentary. Like
Yeah,
he did
yeah.
like a documentary.
Now he said that the only part he enjoyed was the karate.
was the imagine.
Oh no, the kung fu, the Chinese
the
temple.
Chinese temple
But
is the only thing
and,
we
and
enjoyed.
he had been to China. He saw the temple in China, like
And it was like there's a temple in Zambia as well, and that was what was like prominent for him, right? Which is crazy. At least he should have showed Avatar or something, Zambian Avatar or something. He should have showed Matero or something.
So you
Did he get to taste Vitumbua? Because he talked a lot about the food, the cuisines he had in Africa, like throughout his documentary.
like
So I don't know if they gave him a
so guys,
Zambian dish.
remember iShow Speed was streaming the whole time. I was busy the other day, guys. Like so I didn't spend that whole 10 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours on
No.
the stream. Like
Oh, like when watching.
Like,
oh,
as he
I
was-
didn't watch
he
it
was
either,
running,
but like
so.
I just highlights. I just wanted to know if he.
you know
had,
you have to speak on the mic if you want to say something.
I just wanted to know if he had something like Zambian food to
Mhm.
eat. Right?
I did watch like his full stream in Zambia, and I think the only thing that they showed on his stream that he ate was just Hungry Lion. The time he went to test to
What was he eating in Livingston? He wasn't streaming, I know, but I'd like to.
yeah, they didn't stream the food that
They
was.
didn't give him
I don't know.
kandolo.
I don't know. I don't know.
Inshallah.
But the problem that I see with Zambia is this, right? When someone comes in the country, we want to show them that we have what they have in their country instead of showing them what we have in our country that they don't have in their
That's
country.
valid.
Identity crisis.
We want to
And
give
that's
them
why we need
rice.
to
No,
brand Zambia.
we also have cappuccino here, but like show them our tea, like our black
No, but you see,
masamba.
wait. So the other challenge here, my brother, is that some of these visitors we have this notion that Africa is like a forest, like we live in the bush. Like
So you're
somebody,
trying to
like
get that
I remember
notion out?
picking up these guys from the airport, and then they're asking me to say, "Do you have bacon here in Zambia?"
That's crazy. What do you mean?
Like, boss,
I mean, we have pigs.
ngumbati kudia
Wena angosiwa madia.
Yeah, for religious purposes. Like,
Exactly.
that the demons entered. So
It is not what you eat.
it is not halal. So,
Yeah. But
yeah.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to see what Brand
Mhm.
Zambia comes up with, right?
Yeah.
I've always been somebody who believes I hope there's a space for poets. They need to do something with poets. But anyway.
Visit Zambia.
I
My name is TGV. You know, the story of the nation is not blah 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 blah
I'm
blah.
telling you,
Mangalam
we
projection.
can cook. They just didn't give us a chance. But anyway, yeah, I like the concept of branding Zambia because, yeah, I don't think we've been as deliberate as a country.
Yeah.
I think there's good stories we can tell, right?
Yeah.
There's good, like I did a piece why KK became a vegetarian, right? And I did it just based off, I don't even know if that article was accurate. I did it based off an article I read where they were saying what caused KK to start his vegetarian journey. Like one of the things that contributed was that his fellow Zambians couldn't buy meat in butchers. Like they were refusing to sell meat to Zambians.
Yeah.
They were disrespecting them like that. So he protested and said, even if I can have the opportunity to buy meat, I won't. I'll eat vegetables with my fellow Zambians, right? Those are like inspiring stories, right? Even if I don't know all the blunders that KK did in his life, just the fact that I know that piece, like, oh, he was willing to sacrifice his own comfort for the sake of his fellow Zambians, right? That in itself, for me, goes a long way. Because
do you know that KK's love for Pan-Africanism is the reasons why Zambia's economy crumbled in the 1980s?
Plot twist.
No, like, so...
That's an interesting point to bring up when I'm talking about something like this.
No, but look, and I'm not saying it in a bad light, right?
Okay, yeah, let
I'm
me let
saying
you
it
cook.
in a way in which that this guy loved Africa so much that he was willing to put everything.
I hear what you're
Like,
saying.
they were helping South Africa. That, like, when Jacob Zuma, Nelson Mandela, the first nation Nelson Mandela visited after prison
Being
was
incarcerated.
Zambia.
Okay.
That's how much important Zambia was to South Africa's life, because a lot of them were coming in. One of the bombings we've had here in Zambia was because KK was shooting when Robert Mugabe, right? Then the planes for Ian Smith came through, and Kuma Luangwa area side, which that's where the bombings happened. Like, so this is somebody who gave resources to make sure that these other nations around us got liberated. So
so you see, those are stories I feel like we need to, and the brand Zambia shouldn't just be for the world; it should also be for Zambia.
You know, there's a gentleman on TikTok. His channel is called 10,000 BC.
Okay,
10,000 BC. He's a
don't know about
brilliant historian. Actually, I even have his number. Like, I'm just...
He's Zambia?
Yeah, he's Zambian. He's
Oh,
Zambian. Like,
okay.
he does like Zambian history. Like, so
Really?
even some of these things which we were talking about,
I
like,
need to check him out.
this is information which I'm just like, I watch his thing. I'm just like, he's just like a page which like I follow. Like, even the hoster, you know the hoster,
I know,
right?
I know.
Yes, he does like brilliant pieces on Zambian history. Like,
Host I follow, but
Yeah.
the 10,000 BC I didn't know about.
no, like great history.
Content,
I
right?
think he did a piece for Women's Day on who was the first doctor, first police officer,
Oh,
first female judge. Like,
how does he get this
film-
information?
like, no, it's just a matter of reading. Like, you go into the archives. So one of the things which the KK era did was that they were good at documenting some of these things.
Okay.
It's only now where like you do stuff like it gets swamped. Because actually, like most journalists, like you might have done something great, but how many journalists wrote a piece? You guys have been having concerts. Is your concert still happening?
Which one?
They won for the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about the concert at current. Like now, I can't talk about the concert.
Okay. But anyways,
Yeah.
okay, case strings, right?
Mhm.
You had case strings. Was there a journalist who did a piece, and it was even documented that case strings came to
Yeah,
Zambia?
no, not
This is
that
how
I
many
know.
people
No.
came.
I
This
mean,
is
it's
the
on social
impact.
media.
Yeah, but the thing is that documenting isn't social media. The issue we have with social media is that we have so much unverified information.
Yeah.
So, for example, if a press or ZNBC or a newspaper company gets that story, writes it,
Mm-hmm.
it's there as reference. It can be even be used as proof to say this thing happened because they are verified sources. So
Mhm.
before something goes into the paper, it's mainly verified.
Verified.
So most of the times, like, we don't get such.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Anyways, I think we there was news on Charlie
Charlie
Bravo,
Bravo.
passing away, and he was buried on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday?
Yeah, his funeral was on Saturday, and of course, Bishop Eddie Mulenga was the one who.
Come on. The man himself.
Yeah, like he's. I think he's doing a great job.
He is.
Um,
The man has aura. Let me just say that. The man, and I'm not just saying this because he's my friend's father. No. He has actual aura.
yeah,
Like
I love him.
interacting with him, I meet him and he just has like aura.
yeah.
So I'm
I
like,
love him.
Like he has like a firm handshake. Like
he has aura.
Me, I love him. He's my favorite bishop.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him.
Mm.
I like watching his TikToks. I like watching his sermons. I like him when he's preaching. Like
yeah.
there's just something about him. The vibes he gives.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
He has aura.
We'll follow him. We'll have him on the podcast. So
Yes,
that
we
you
should-
can
we
get
should.
to
We should have him.
know more about. But
Yeah.
but it's great, and the fact that he's always available for the artists.
For the artist.
Because it gets lonely. Like
It has to.
no, like what I mean is it gets lonely is that in a place where you have to find comfort, that's the same place where you find rejection. Because you look different, you speak different, you
Mhm.
live different.
Exactly.
So and for me, those are some of the things which make it hard for non-believers sometimes to follow Jesus. It's because of the rules we give them
Barrier
at
to
first.
entry.
There's the great barriers to entry, but getting to see what Bishop Eddie does, like where it's like, oh hey, you have a funeral, you have nobody to do it, I'll come through.
Coming.
You're getting married, I'll come through. Like I'll be there for you. Like it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he encourages sin, but what he has seen is that, okay, you know what? Let me help you. And in this process, I am planting seeds in your life. And if it will grow, it will
It
grow.
grows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's an interesting approach. We need to have him on the podcast.
definitely.
I've always wanted to like pick his brain around that.
Yeah.
You know, because most people would look at like his approach and be like, this is messy. Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to get into this, right? But he will fly high and still openly interact. You know?
He's like, I think in terms of like preaching, like he's one of those prolific preachers. Like,
Even just like me, the first experience I had with him was MCing.
yeah.
I saw him MC at an event.
Yeah.
I was like, who is the MC? They were like, oh, that's a bishop. I was like, really?
The only bishop without a shop. Yeah, but anyways, speaking of Charlie Bravo.
Yeah.
We can't speak of Zambian music
Without Charlie Bravo.
Charlie Bravo, because
Can't.
this is like Chameleon, Taitu, Hamoba, General
The
Ozzy,
legend.
Roberto, CQ, Mampi,
Even the Maktus.
JK. I don't think he released a song for Makitu.
No, but like, is it just me or there was a line that Maktu has where he says,
No, he asked for a beat. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
asking
still
for
need a beat from
Charlie Bravo,
Bravo.
like in Remember Me. Like, I don't know why we even know these songs.
we know what's going on. We know what's going on.
yeah.
Our eyes are open.
Plus, we always have to be attentive and see what's happening.
Yes.
And I think so. Scripture says that do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the constant renewal of your mind, right?
Yes.
Why is it that most of us as children of God, we do not want to be involved with what's happening in the world?
It's a good question. Isn't it the whole concept of like
Mm-hmm.
you must separate yourself from the dealings of this world?
So, separating yourself from the dealings of this world entail that you are not living in sin.
Mm-hmm.
However, you're in this world. So, for example, if my neighbor is an unbeliever
Mm-hmm.
and something is happening in their life, so it means that I can't go there and help.
Because you're separating yourself.
Yes. No, like it's because I feel as Christopher Katongo said, I feel there's a misunderstood of amongst of ourselves. Like so so
That line will forever be iconic. Forever be iconic.
like actually
There's a misunderstood of amongst ourselves.
So like
Yeah.
I feel that we do not interpret scripture in its right context.
Yeah.
Why was Paul telling the church to not equally be yoked with non-believers?
Non-believers,
Like,
yeah.
why was that? So for me, it's how are we going to treat it? Because I'll push it further to say, your father is not born again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Not involve
block him
yourself.
from your life?
Yeah, that's true. That's
Okay, let's even stretch it even further. Your father is a witch doctor.
Do you block him from your life?
Yes.
My father had an uncle who was involved.
I thought you'd say my
No,
father was a
hey,
witch
relax,
doctor.
relax. my great, I want to call your uncle who's like your grandfather.
Yo, thing.
He's your grandfather, right?
Yeah, he's your grandfather.
I thought there's a special term.
Mm-mm.
He's my grandfather, I guess,
Yeah.
right? He was known to, have his fingers in things he shouldn't
To
have.
nigger people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like one time we hit his bike just to see her, then he was like, hey, when I reach,
Nizalemba che
I will
pants.
send some lightning. We're like, yo, we're not trying to receive
I
lightning.
bought me show.
Your bike is inside. Yeah, but like dad always used to like having him around, right?
Mm.
Because he was a sweet-spirited man. He was the type of grandfather where like you could climb his head and like just be all over his head. And you just be like, you, what are you doing? And he'll pinch you and you play around, right?
Yeah.
This man was seriously dealing. So, but then what used to happen is he would have interactions with my dad and
Yeah.
like, he would ask my dad, like, how did you survive this? And my dad would be like, I pray. I'm a praying man. And my grandfather would be like, nah, there's something you're hiding. I'd be like, no, I'm a praying man. And then it did get to a point where my grandfather was like, I do see from your life that you're serving like a living God, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if he passed away after like he had given his life,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know that they had conversations
Yeah.
where he saw God in my father's life,
Yeah.
right? So that for me is like an example of where you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to like, now I'll make them outcasts. Because it
Yeah.
was knowledge. Like he would come home and they would be like, guys, your grandfather, this is the lay of the land, and would understand like, oh, okay, cool.
This is the what?
The lay of the land.
What does that mean?
Like, oh, this is how he operates. This is who he is.
Ah.
Exactly. So we'd have that like understanding, but at the same time, we would not necessarily.
Was he a Bones?
I really don't know. I heard stories here
Was
and there.
he
I heard stories here
Of
and
course,
there.
that's Nigeria.
Yes.
That's Nigeria. Zambians like.
I mean, I heard stories here and there. Because one time my father was telling him, you need to stop what you're doing. And then he responded and went, but I'm not doing harm to people. I'm
Helping.
getting powers from those that do harm to people.
I
Almost
see.
like the police, like I'm the police. If you have an issue, you come tell me.
Yeah,
I'll sort it
deal
out
with
for
it.
you. So
Interesting,
yeah,
interesting.
it's
So
those
yeah, like-
dynamics are interesting.
Yeah, those are things to be able to look at. I was actually laughing, right? So my older brother was in Bible school with the witch doctor, like president of an association. Like my
Oh.
older brothers. So the other day I saw the witch doctor wrote something. So I'm like, my classmate wako. He's still dealing and but these are things which we need to look at.
Yeah.
And I feel, of course, there are schools of thought, kuliwama fire prayer, wama chan, but I always look at it to say Jesus Christ says that spread love, show love, and the way we can show love is by praying for them, praying that they'll be able to see the light of Jesus Christ, despite the many things which they are doing. But
somebody who actually like made a bit of some headlines during the Charlie Brown funeral was Ebo Chungu.
What did he do?
He put up with his hair laid down, and then social media
Don't
went
judge me
crazy.
by my hair. Hair, Sakula,
Sakula.
Patula.
Yeah, so he showed up with like his hair laid down
Full-blown
because it's
drip.
normally tight, but then like it was laid down, and then everybody was like, "Hey, what's going on?"
What's going on
And
here?
then in response, he goes, "No, Pompey is the president of both heads. You know, we have Mark 44 who's at the
Table
same
cuts.
table cut, right?" Then he
Then
goes,
Ephraim with
"Let
hats.
me be the leader of the long hair gang," right? I need to hear Danny TSG's take on that, because Danny TSG has had dreads for a minute. Yeah. So anyway, that was an interesting like spin-off.
Anyways, I saw them and then I'm just like, it might have extensions to them. But anyways, we will.
He says he's had it for 6 years.
Okay, it's his word.
We should invite him also.
Actually, let's watch All Over Me or some of the songs he did, like
The
Time,
past
like-
videos.
Yeah, the past videos. Then we'll be able to see.
Speaking of songs, he's dropped a song. I like it.
Yeah, the Milika song.
Milika. He's
You
tough.
know, like
He still cooks.
actually this morning I was listening to it, and then Extra Time played,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, actually, he won an award for Extra Time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this was a song which he did just for
Just for just.
and it blew, like, because the last time he did an album was
No.
by the way, Ebo Chungu, we've been waiting for the Kingdom album. Remember, there was even an album launch at Mulungushi International Conference Center some 3 years ago. Like, so
No, he needs to come explain.
well, he said that this year he's releasing. it.
releasing?
So,
Okay.
anyways, we've been waiting. He's doing the Jesus type.
No one will know the time.
Like, so, coming soon. Like, I'll be back.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that the song was really nice.
Yeah,
It was
no, no,
simple,
no.
right? But the messaging I think was also like really good.
No, like Ebo Chungu is one of the like brilliant songwriters
Yeah.
we have. Even just the singing, the like.
It's like
he's-
Mark 44 said when he
He's
came.
really
That is the
really
love
good.
guy.
Like he's just like on point. Like yeah, like however I miss this part of Abel, and I don't know if he would ever like
Come
go
back with
back
it,
to
yeah.
that. The album Abo Chungu, like where of course you only have like one love song in the whole album.
Mm.
The rest are just like Jesus,
Worship and
focused on
whatnot, yeah.
Jesus. Remember, I think you had him on the podcast.
Yes.
He mentioned something that if he wants to do like a full blown worship song,
Oh yeah.
like it would work because
Churches be paying for that.
yes.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's an artist, he wants to express himself in a way in which he
The
feels.
nuances, yeah.
And it's the same conversation I think we had with Mac 44 is that music which is released sometimes does not make sense now.
Yeah, like it's
Like after some time, like
once it sits with people for a
one
while,
of his great songs is Imperfect. Like
the neighbor that imperfect love.
yeah. Like it's one of those like yeah. But then when you're
In the spaces.
in the or even I don't know, like have you ever like listened to music when you're bored?
Like yeah, you've got nothing to do.
You've got nothing to do,
Uh-huh.
and then you hear the song, and then you're just like,
he cooked.
this is a powerful song. And
He cooks.
yes, and that's how like Imperfect is like,
Is,
and if you even look back at his like projects, so of course the album Ebo Chungo's on another level. Like
I
all
still-
the albums, like
What song?
from Worship of the Love,
do you-
Revolutionary.
Do you remember the song he talked about that he said somebody else dreamt about in another country? Like he wrote the song, the person never heard about it.
Is it
But when he
Overcomers,
went
Father's
there,
Child?
they dreamt about it. I think it's that's the one through 16. The one with gunshots.
Yes,
in
yes,
it.
yes,
that one.
That's my John 3:16.
16. Yeah.
Oh, you
That was
didn't
an
let us
interesting story.
see.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, like but like album Ebo Chungu, like successful, like all the way. I don't know in terms of sales, but in terms of like just
Hits.
the hits,
quality of the music, yeah.
Like
He's been giving us singles for too long. We want an album.
I feel right now we need like similar to how Tio's revival has been,
Mhm.
like not revival spiritual, like revival in
Like
terms
his
of
comeback on
like
the-
his comeback,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kaboom,
yeah.
like yeah, like we need that. And there's a song he did called Jennifer, like. I like it, like,
Mhm.
but he just like didn't see like light of day in Z. Like, so,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
like
I was
yeah,
actually
so,
thinking like, Jennifer there.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember,
so
oh,
there's
Jennifer. Yeah.
like, so he's got like massive hit. I've I think the difference would be with Pompey is that Pompey is just like that guy. Like Pompey can breathe on a song and it'll be a hit.
I think Pompey's outside a lot as well, though,
Yeah.
compared to Ebochung.
When last did you see Abel Chungo perform at a Christian show?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I
Okay,
think
when you guys, I want to say you guys no longer have him on posters, but anyways.
that's the problem. You work at the company, you are the entire company. You are the
Yeah,
CEO,
representative.
you're the
That's how it
spokesperson,
is,
everything.
like.
Yeah, but that might have been the last time I saw him perform at an event. Me
Yeah.
personally. I'm not saying he hasn't gotten events.
Did he
after
perform
that.
with Mark 44 during his album launch?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
All of them, I think, performed.
Mm.
I think it was like a full circle moment. I would like to see a year where we have all of them.
All of
active.
them.
Like,
active.
like
Probably
Tio,
this year.
Pompey,
No, but
Mark
this year.
44.
Of course, Abel has already released a song now, so it means that, of course, it's a love song.
Mm-hmm.
That means that,
Give or take.
yeah. So
Anyway, yeah, I'd like they should
Mm.
just agree at all of us. Let's drop this year. Let's just be active this year. That would be nice. That would that would be nice for the gospel space, music space.
but I feel that because of the fact that Pompey has a bigger fan base,
What?
he overshadows everybody.
Nah,
Remember what happened, and I don't know if a lot of people saw it, right?
me have shushad.
When Esther released the Umwala album,
Yeah.
then 2 weeks later, Pompey releases not an album,
A single.
a single, International
Oh, loco.
and that was the last
He
time
tripped. No, he tripped
the
there. I'm not
Umwala
gonna lie.
album was heard.
No, but then
But it was successful.
I don't know if I want to go there. But like
Mm.
that, you're talking about Esther.
Yes.
Me, I'm talking about Mark 44. I'm talking about Ebo Chungu.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't. I
No,
think
but-
if they release music,
If
nah. Me, I'm telling you. I think Mark 44 can go pound for pound. I'm telling you.
okay, in
I'm
terms
not
of-
like he
okay.
won't be swallowed. My
No,
point
but,
is.
but what I mean is that they can't go pound for pound in terms of numbers.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll be swallowed.
That's why Enzo Kamba Papai contentment Mark 44.
That's true.
You watch us a nyimbo 10k views. If you are chosen,
And you're worried about 100K
like
when you have your 10K. So yeah, no, for me, I don't think they would be
Yeah.
like swallowed, right?
Mm.
I do know that Pompey's fan base is
Yeah.
is something else,
Yeah.
but I don't think like swallowed. Also, you believe it or not, Umwala is my favorite Esther Chungu album.
It is as well for me. Like
It's my favorite.
like it's a thing.
I love that album.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
powerful
one of the
album.
no skip albums I have.
True, definitely. Like
I can
it's
play
a-
from start to end.
it's a powerful album. Oh, the other thing is that this week I've been listening to Esther's Umubanga album, like
Oh,
the first one, like the first album. Like I was just like, yo. So I was listening to it again. I'm like, yo, this is
the song that got me to Esther
Is
is
Runaway
Child. Yes.
I
was in high school. But I want you back. I think I wrote a poem to that song.
You should think of my love and my grace.
Those lit. But yeah, anyway.
Because it had Jehovah.
It's good to see Ebo Chungo out again.
Yeah, yeah. Like we hope with
Hope we get
letting
more
down his
music.
hair. Like.
He also let out the music.
Oh, speaking of Dop G, I think he's been teasing us with his Rooted
Yeah,
in
yeah,
God album coming up. So
And
I think we should as
the
well have
t-shirts
him
and
on the,
whatnot. We
on
have
the-
to.
on the podcast.
Dope
and
G is
just,
like one of my favorite rappers.
Talk to him like Sakala Patula.
Yeah.
You spoke about sober. So remember when we had Mac 44? right?
Yes,
And
yes.
I'll say something like Party Animal, right?
Yes, I remember.
You remember?
Yes.
Have you know the song Party
No,
Animal?
I don't. I was lost when you brought it up.
Ah,
Like party animal, and then you guys were like, hey, and then I was like, nah.
So
I left the group chat.
so Soba is a dancehall artist. Okay, do you know this song? Shonongo ala tutuma.
No. Sir.
That was Enjoya T and Soba. So
Uh,
Soba was like, so the time Mac 44, Pompey, Tio, like Abo, like all these guys are coming up, right?
mhm.
Even him, like he
Okay.
was the guy like featuring them as well, like having hits as well, like
Uh-huh.
big gospel dancehall hits, like yeah. So that's why he wrote that about Pompey,
Pompey.
just acknowledging the help rendered and
Yeah, how
Yeah,
Poppy
yeah.
came through for him.
yeah.
Yeah, I found that interesting because I have openly come out and said I want to see what Pompey is doing for like the gospel industry, right?
Yeah.
Like who is he putting on and all that stuff. I'm still going to push those
But-
conversations until I talk to all of them individually, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I find that story so Mark 44 is out of the wind because we had that conversation.
Yeah.
The reason I found that story interesting is
Mhm.
because Mark 44 actually mentioned that Pompey does a lot. He might not just necessarily do it from the standpoint of putting on other artists,
Yeah.
more so building systems
Yeah.
and putting his hand around people.
Yeah.
So that for me was like evidence to validate what Mark 44 said, right?
Mhm.
And it also brings in the conversation of how I believe this is scriptural. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure. Let's hear.
But the whole thing of what your right hand gives, your left hand
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have to see,
yeah,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So for me, I think until I still want to have the conversation with Pompey,
Mhm.
but I am seeing what Mark 44 said as far as how he does certain things for the
Exactly. I
industry.
think what a year and 2 weeks ago we had Pompey on the podcast last year. so-
Yes. No, I want to have that conversation myself. I want to ask him, like, boss, right?
You know, let's wait for him to work on something. I feel it's easier to have conversations with artists when
They've
something
got
is-
something.
So, hopefully we can have James Sakala.
Oh yeah, so he's
on,
got the
yeah, I actually attended his album launch.
okay.
Yeah, Songs of Solomon.
Yes, yes,
Like
I've got a friend who's got a jam with him. Killer.
who?
I was in high school with Killer.
Killer, so good.
Yes, Killer, so good. He's one of the artists that have been featured on the album.
In the new album.
Yes,
Oh, awesome.
I saw him
Isn't he-
share the track list.
Isn't he producer?
He produced it.
I think he produced.
I don't know. I
one
saw
of
him
the
share the
features.
track
Yeah,
list.
yeah, yeah. Because
He's producing like that now. I didn't know he's producing like that.
ngawangira mbekari ngatalemukira.
I
So yeah, like it's like any person found here. Like they can write on their CV that I am thing
yeah, I hear
podcast
you.
videographer,
I hear you.
sound engineer. Just even pressing to my things like
Making noise on the
making
on
noise
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, no, we can have him as well. Have
Yeah,
a conversation.
Yes, ma'am. You want to say something?
That sounds like shit, but
No, it's not shade being thrown. Like,
it's making me
Yeah,
feel
and
jittery.
video
As
like,
videographer
didn't-
pot-
videographer.
and then sound engineer, like doing all these things. Like this is what Lydia was doing to us the other week. Like so, yeah.
But I feel like James Sakala has pretty much a good taste in music.
Yeah.
Although I don't know why he's not like heard the most, because I was
Sakala is big.
I was
deal.
introduced to him by the Pompey feature,
Really?
the Your Mind, Your Mind, Your Mind.
That's when you knew James Sakala.
Yes. So now I went to listen to his music and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, this man actually has good music.
Yeah.
And I saw him on the Icon, like doing the
Those
most in
things.
terms of mentoring
Coaching
the
and
people and
whatnot.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's not like out there in terms of his music.
Would you say he's an artist's artist?
Yes. So he's an artist, and he's like, I would look at James Sakala and Mumbayachi as those ones who you say who represents Zambia well in terms of music.
Yeah, James Sakala definitely.
Yeah.
James Sakala.
So
definitely.
James Sakala is
Okay, me, I'll tell you this. Look at a lot of the heavy hitters that you would consider like heavy hitters in Zambia. They most likely have more than one track with James Sakala.
yes.
So that's what I'm saying. James Sakala is like an artist. You want a certified hook in terms of like singing hook
Yes.
or something. James Sakala is your
And
guy.
funny thing is that he sings in Bemba when he's from
Yeah.
the east.
those other like I wanted to say historian musician, like those other ones, like is it ballad Zulu, what,
Yeah.
like those ones I'm like, like how come this
No,
is a
but-
song, like I say that one at coupon I don't know, like
It's
what.
cook on, cook on.
Such. I'm like, what type of song? Like someone is just
Ah,
singing the same
cook on.
thing.
Is that the song she's talking about? No, those are legendary songs. What do you
but
mean?
like,
Cook on, cook
someone
on.
is just talking about someone cooking for them something,
My
and
friend,
it's like a whole song.
You know,
like,
just hearing him sing it has given me like that feeling, like
such
good
like,
old days.
No, but you see, your definition of what good music is subjective because of what you
listen to now.
listen to now. Have you ever heard songs by Piquet Shala?
I have because of you. I have.
Actually,
Yeah.
like I'll plug you to like different artists. And that's why I feel that James Sakala and Mumbayachi, like these are guys who, when you listen to their sound, it's deep research, it's intentional, it's not just like he beat Yamvekabwino. No.
Yeah,
It's
it feels
it's what do I want to communicate? What
Yeah.
message do I want to send out? What's the last album Mumbayachi did?
Does Mumbayachi perform like outside Zambia
Yes.
with his sack clothes?
Look, that's what I'm telling you. That
these
so,
are big people.
like Mumbayachi is big. It's just that he never brands himself as international.
Because I saw the respect. I saw him. I knew him. Okay, I
I've
used
seen
to know
what you
about him,
did
but I
there.
saw him on the icon. I saw him on the icon, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the amount of respect they were giving him. Like they were giving him the same respect that they were giving. Is it Balazul the time he was
Yeah.
there? Like they were just like, like boss. Like I'm like,
Legends.
like, I thought-
Mumbayachi can play his guitar and sing, like, and create effects with his mouth, like. So he's an artist who's able to express himself. So it's not just a thing where you just go in your computer room. No. So when you listen to Mumbayachi albums, like for example, James Sakala last did an album 9 years ago. And this album he's released has been 5 years in the making. 5 years in the making of an album. Right? So these are people who you look at to say, oh, they are not chasing hits. So even when you're looking at their bodies of work, they're expressing themselves.
Yeah.
Another example is Pompey. If you look at Pompey's albums, you had Miju, you had Become, you had you had Miju, you had Broken English, you had Become, you had Bwana, which was a mixture, and then now you have Pole Pole, right? Listen through his albums, you see a story. You see a theme around the song. So there's intentionality. It's not just, no, I'm quick. Like, no, it's been quiet. Wankala maningizi. What pasakoli?
Pangapo something.
No, I get, because I heard something in Pompey's old album where he, in fact, I've listened to it, like most of his album, he used to mention the word pole pole.
Yeah.
So
he
like
built
I'm like,
from there.
so it's something that
It's
he's
themes. It's like Chef 187. Like
Mm-hmm.
all his albums like themes. Like
They all have
now
themes.
our audience is asking themselves like, how do
These
you know all
guys.
these things? Like, so yeah. So I listen to a lot of things. Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the conversation with James Sakala.
James Sakala, that should be very interesting.
Yeah. So
I think those are people who you don't realize would leave you like. in
oh,
awe
do you know that he used
until
to
you meet
do
them.
backup for Chameleon in some of his songs? Yes. And co-wrote some of the songs in Chameleon's album. Oh, by the way, James Sakala is old. He's over 40.
He is.
So yeah, no, because of his body type. Like, so yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And now the other
He
person I
looks
would
like
like
he
to
has aura as well.
have like
He has to have aura.
he's actually like my wife's like favorite artist.
Oh.
We couldn't have him on the wedding.
bad.
He wasn't around. I think he had gone to Japan or something. Yeah.
I know he looks like he has aura.
You're shocked that he went to Japan to.
You people have lives. What do you mean? Yeah.
And speaking of which, right? We have a lot of artists, not just musical artists, but different artists, different mediums. That's your visual artists, your sound engineers, like who are doing great things.
Yeah.
But those things are not getting the light of day.
That's true.
Mainly because number one, most of these artists do not have like strong proper PR to be able to push these
their
things
stories out there.
Yeah, but there are a lot of Zambians who are doing great things. So we don't have one international artist.
You know what this reminds me about actually?
Yeah.
It reminds me about the conversation I had with Kundamando.
Yeah.
So we were asking her, like, she was telling us her life story, right?
Yeah.
And she was it was casual conversation. So I was like, and then what somebody we were with searched for her on social media and couldn't find anything Kundamando.
Yep.
So the person was like, what's your social media like name or something? She was like, oh no, like I like started social media like before she opened her page a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So they were like, how have you been surviving without social media presence and you're this big?
No,
and she was like, no, my name has just gone before me. Like
But
people will
I
just
agree.
discuss me and like I'll
Because
get
of
opportunities
experience I
and
had.
grow.
So like the time I met her, she had recommended me for like a ZNBC interview for Youth Day. So like when she called my mom is like, how do you know Kundamando? Like everyone was just like, I've met like, you know, like, and me, because I didn't know her, I'm just like,
Life
she's just
goes
a
on.
woman I met at a conference. But everyone is just like, how do you know Kundamando?
Yeah.
Like, you
She's
know,
a big deal. She's a big deal.
it's quite crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, the last story I've just seen in the group saying that Magnet proposed to his baby mama. I don't know how to go about.
Did
it.
somebody just post that?
Yeah, in the group. So.
Interesting. I wonder who.
Sula. Kylie Sula is Umubanga Brief. So for your reliable news shows, follow Umubanga Brief on
Umubangamed,
Facebook.
I
So.
see.
Yeah. So
I
any
see.
comments on that?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Anything from you? Nothing from me. Like, if you're given an opportunity in a Zoom meeting, at least just say, I concur.
I agree.
I
You,
agree.
it's always nothing. There's nothing on you.
Yeah,
Everything.
so at least say something. Like, so.
Right. To show that you were part. You were there.
Okay.
That's everything, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So just make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Umubanga YouTube channel. We've hit the 3,000
Threshold.
I think now to go up 3,002.
Guys, petition for Mr. Mwanga to buy us cake as a company
Mukondo Hood.
for hitting that 3,000. We celebrated 8 years. We still have a party pending. Guys, make sure you comment and
this
tell
is
him.
interesting. You know, I always, it's always like
Actually,
weird
let me
for
text. I'm supposed to receive a cake today. Hello.
Ay. This is the part you wish you had
You
Umubanga.
know, I've been like craving cake for the past couple of days. It's my spirit
Samantha
was
cake
sensing.
or
I'm joking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma.
You know how much I love cake, right? I always mention cakes. So I'm waiting. Make sure that you get the access. You text the person so that, you know.
I've texted the person.
Yeah.
People are not leaving. Yeah. No, but it's good that we've hit the 3,000. So
Yeah,
now
3,000. So now
road
somebody
to
has a
4.
task
road
get
to
it.
4,000.
to get us to 4,000.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
By the way, guys, I was thinking through.
Do it, guys.
Why are you clapping on the mic? You and I were matamba pa TikTok. Anyways, forgive the young lady. Like, well,
She's
the
excited. The
peop-
cake has made her
the people
excited.
who inspire her, like. You want me to sing? Anyways, I was thinking, in terms of like podcast recordings, right?
Mhm.
Where we do like a tour,
Yes.
like
We
a
have to.
podcast tour, right? So now we frame this podcast too in such a way that number one, so the best way to do it for now to cut on costs is to do it at churches.
Exactly.
Okay. So we start going to churches. Okay. So then we ask them to say, who do you want us to interview from your church? So it could be their pastor, it could be their youth pastor, whoever they want us to interview, right? Do like an hour-long interview with the person, and then now open it up later on for people who have questions where we can be able to answer certain things. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So now will be best time to start writing, to start putting together churches we can be able to
reach out to and
work with, because that way, number one, it will as well help us connect with our audience and have
in real time.
real people who follow the platform, and like just having ghosts. Sometimes it feels like it's ghosts.
Feels like it's ghosts.
Yeah, so
we want to interact.
yeah, so we interact. Yeah, so if people are having like a
That'll be
youth
cool.
conference, we go in even as a media partner sometimes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just there, do a 1 hour recording. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be dope. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so that's the plan. And I think that way it will even work well for our would-be sponsors, because that way they'll be able to interact with the people. So
So I also think you can be reacting to some of the comments that we have on TikTok, especially because I remember like the clip that was posted where you talked about the
How
offering.
many people are admins here?
No, like I mean like
Oh, now you have a phone. Kali, when all this was happening, somebody was
Phoneless.
Yeah.
No,
like-
don't worry, my sister. I'm slowly joining.
Yeah, I mean like on the podcast, especially those that have got interesting questions, because there's some questions that are posted sometimes. I've seen a couple of them. Some especially on the offering. Remember the clip we posted on the offering?
Mhm.
Yes. So there's some people that had questions, some people that had opinions.
The mic is okay.
Yeah,
The
so I
camera
think-
is okay.
So I think sometimes we can be doing that.
Okay, no problem. I think what we'll do is you guys will compile a list of the
Comments
questions,
and
the
whatnot.
comments and all, and then we'll be able to review them.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me that we should do it. He's a Christian, but you've seen that trend.
No.
You haven't seen it?
No. But you know, we are not TikTokers.
Yeah, no, I was just laughing because I remembered because she said we should respond to comments, right?
Yeah.
So somebody was like, it would be so cool if I saw you guys do like, he's a Christian, but I was like, that ain't what we do.
So what
But,
would
like,
be you're a Christian, but
So like, would you date him or not?
that he's a Christian, but he
But
can't
he
cook?
can't
Would I
cook.
date them?
So for you, it would be she's
Yeah,
a
so
Christian.
she's a
but she
Christian,
can't
but she can't cook. I can cook. Nakatapandatwa, like so. So
He's always making points.
This is the part the president does.
He's always making points. He's always making points. But yeah, that.
what? Actually, and we've even gone
Kwenzema,
past
she's
the
a
recording.
Christian, but she has a tattoo.
What's
That's a good one for him.
yeah, like that one? Be like, nah, we're doing Bible study with you. Like we're doing Bible study. What's actually? I need you guys to answer, like all of you.
All of you.
What's something? What's the bad which you could run away from? Like, what's the bad?
For me, it's someone who is not open or vulnerable. Because
Nonchalant. He's Christian. He's Christian, but he's nonchalant.
yeah, because for me, I feel like vulnerability is a big thing to me. I feel like someone should be able to open up like what they're struggling with, what they're going through, or maybe like some of the experiences that they've had maybe during the week that they feel like, because you may be with someone, gosh, they are traumatized, and you find they're showing you wounds that you didn't cut, or showing you blood that you don't even know where the wounds are coming from. So I feel like
Kumangala
vulnerability.
wisdom na terminology kuno. Hey, Pastor
I
man.
didn't comment, but I felt like it would continue. So let's move on first.
Okay, I think for me, someone who's not emotional intelligent. Yeah,
Mhm.
because
I
tell me
was
why.
under my emotion anyway, man.
Tell me why I have to
Speak into the mic.
Oh, okay. Tell me why I have to explain for like 30 minutes for you to like
Get why you're not talking to him.
yeah, like
Ish, it's rough for the brothers, eh?
no.
You shouldn't be nonchalant. You should be emotionally intelligent. What?
Mm.
You're not getting one from you.
I thought you guys would just say like he's not born again.
Okay,
Like
that's it's okay, that's already known fact. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Those are givens.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some
You
things
know
that's
what?
known.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we
it's not a
should
discussion
close.
for
We shouldn't turn this into a conversation.
Chill. I've just remembered.
You've got evidence from the
No.
archives or something. It's about to call your past.
No.
Eh?
Whatever you say in the mic will be heard. Hello? How come I can't hear you? Okay. What's up? Hopefully. If she doesn't, we're still calling her next week.
Or like to follow up.
Okay. She hasn't picked, but we'll call her. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was calling Inonge to find out if she's finished reading the whole Bible. Because this is March. We agreed.
That should be done
Yes. So,
on the interview.
yeah, on the interview. So
The whole internet is actually waiting.
yeah, we actually waiting on her to make sure that she
actually
does
finished.
that. So, yeah. Hey, what's the song we're saying bye to? Kaidi, we can play music for just like 2 seconds before YouTube flags us.
I don't know.
What's your song?
Either a James Sakala song or Mirika.
Ah. So James Sakala. Songs of Solomon.
No, that's a Pompey song. We want a James Sakala song.
Oh yeah. So there's this song which has Killer.
He's actually a feature, right?
Mm-hmm. With Norma. Is it?
Norma's in, you know.
So this is how far we can play the song because we'll be flagged for copyright. Bye. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. Enjoy the new music which is out. So there's James Sakala, there's Mac Ebo Chungu.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's all I know about.
Oh yeah, Medrorin Vesa. We Cry with the Angels, and yeah, so be blessed. So from me, Dennis Mubanga Kabwe, and
Bukata Musonda, TGV as the streets call me.
yeah, at least that name has stuck. It's from the streets. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. We say bye-bye and go enjoy the music.
Later.